my name is Eric and I'm doing another one of my photography vlogs called One Body, One Lens, One Roll, One Day. It is a little bit of a chilly January morning. As you can tell, some snow's coming off of the trees. It snowed recently. But otherwise it is a pretty sunny January morning, if not a bit chilly. You can kind of see I'm layered up a bit, and yes, I got some snow on me. Today's camera, I'm at Plum Creek North. Park between Brunswick and Medina, Ohio. I've been here a couple times, figured I'd swing by again. Today's camera is a Olympus IS-50, also known as an IS-500. Sister camera to one of the other, I think I shot an IS-20 way back when. Very, very similar camera, 28 to 110 built-in zoom. It has an SLR quality lens on it. Nice Zuiko 4.9 to 6.8. So not the fastest, but it's a nice bright sunny day. So I'm okay with that. This camera does have aperture priority. I take that back. Yes, does have aperture priority and some shutter speed control, what they call long time. The long time control is for those exposures when you want to go from 1 second and beyond. So you can't do normal manual controls, but you can do long time exposures. So if you want to do a 1 second to 30-second exposure, you can set the time accordingly, but you can't pick any of the normal shutter speeds. So I'm going to leave this in an automatic mode. Maybe I'll switch it to the aperture priority mode and see what I got. Today's film is some AGFAPAN APX 100. This is before they just started calling it APX, which is more the current stock. They called it AGFAPAN kind of in the late 90s and early 2000s. This is some expired from the 1997. I bought it as a brick off of eBay. This is going to be my baseline test roll. Since this camera does not have an ISO override, I'm going to let this thing shoot at 100, see what I get. Images may be mixed, but at least on my next roll, I'll know what I need to do to adjust for the next rolls. I've done that a couple times where I've gotten batches of film, and then you shoot one just to see where you're at. She turned on. And then you can base the rest of the rolls off of that. Now, a lot of the black and white films have either written inside the box or on this paper that you saw me pull out, that if you hand develop, it tells you different chemistries. So if you use D76, you use Dectol, you use whatever Ilford, or even was it Agfa's? I don't remember what Agfa's. Ilford, not Ilfasol. That might have been Ilford. I don't remember what Agfa's developer was. That's okay, because I never really used it. But it tells you the develop times and the concentration of that chemistry if you were to hand develop it. All right, this camera does have DX code, so it's going to go to the ISO 100. Did a little get in there. Okay, cool. I'll load it up there. Like some of the other cameras, they had a panorama switch. This one does not have a panorama switch. All right, says I am loaded up for my first shot. This camera does have a date back on it. It is not set correctly, but it does work. A lot of the other cameras I've shot the date back to did not work. Dead battery, corroded battery, whatever. So I'm going to do a couple shots with the date back on so you kind of see what that would do to your photo, because it's going to burn it right on your negative. Probably not the best for some cool landscape. Maybe it gives a good reference photo, sure. All right, let me get some shots. Now, while this is not the interchangeable lens camera back in the days, Olympus did try to do autofocus SLRs. They only had 2 or 3 of them. They did not go that great. Their bridge cameras actually did much better when it came to, make sure I'm recording this. Cool, their bridge cameras actually were more popular because they were always a couple $100 less than the SLR film cameras of the day. You would get a Nikon, N70 for 650 bucks, or a F100 for $1,000, where you could get an IS series for maybe $399. So it's a couple $100 less, and you would get the same quality because it's a nice SLR lens on it. Now this one, when I got it, does have a ding in the filter ring, and I did find a new protection filter to put on it to help protect it. But this one did take a ding somewhere along the line, and but everything else seems to be good. Now, the other thing that I've noticed is that the autofocus on this thing is very responsive, very quick, so that's always a good thing. All right, I'm on shot 10. Let me see what else I can get. Be right back. Okay, remember when shooting black and white, especially outside in a nice winter landscape, there may not be much color to show you the contrast. So reds and greens might go darker than yellows or pale blues. So with black and white, look for textures, look for bark, look for trees, look for car tracks, look for wood grain on picnic benches and stuff like that. Branches sticking out from a tree. Try to find something nice and creative to shoot, and you'll be pleasantly surprised how it looks in black and white. All right, I am on shot, I think, on shot 30, so I got about 6 more shots left. So let me see what I can get. All right, this camera, obviously, as you can hear, it has an auto rewind. It is just kicked into rewind. I did get 36 shots, no extras on the deal. So again, today I am using an Olympus IS-50. I think it's also known as an IS-500. There might be a date version or panorama version, which is the difference between the two, but basically same chassis. Today's film, the lens on it was the built-in 28 to 120 zoom lens. It's a 4.9 to 6.8, so not the fastest, but it's a nice bright sunny day, so very good for what I'm using it for. Today's film was some AGFAPAN APX 100 that expired about 20 years ago, I think. Is it 20s or 30? Whoops. I will tell you in a second. I think it expired in 97, so it might have been 30. Expired in 97, 30 years old. I am shooting this at base 100, where normally I would adjust it by 3 stops, but this is one of a pack of 10 that I got off of eBay, and I'm using this as my baseline. So I'm going to see what the negatives look like. If they're very thin, then I know obviously I have to overexpose. Black and white's not as prone to color shifting like some of the Konica stuff I've shot in the past. Boy, some of that Konica stuff does not like getting old. Weird base on the negatives and really hard to scan. But let's see how the AGFA black and white looks out. Okay, so photos will be posted at the end. Feel free to give a thumbs up. Feel free to comment on your own experience on AGFA black and white film, or if you have any of their old color stuff. I really loved a couple of their color films, including their Ultra 50 and their Optima 125. So feel free to comment on some of that stuff. Feel free to subscribe as new episodes try to come out about every Friday and every Saturday. Bonus episodes do come out every now and then, usually special location. I did one on Mansfield Reformatory. I shot some 80-year-old film through a twin lens camera. Boy, did I have to make some adjustments for that, but I did get results. So go find that episode. That's a fun one to watch. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next episode.